Hi, I'm Brittany Howard. I'm here at Amoeba, and this is What's in My Bag.
Wonder if you notice I ain't trying. I surrender, let me go. I don't have love to give you.
My first pick is Burt Bacharach, Make It Easy on Yourself. I think this is one of the greatest songwriters of our century. It's songs he's written. You probably know them better by Dionne Warwick singing them, some other artists singing them.
What do you get when you kiss a guy? You get another chance to catch pneumonia.
This album, Burt Bacharach actually sings these songs himself. And I just love the quality of his voice and also the connection that he has with these songs.
Make it easy on yourself.
Up next, we got Betty Davis here. They say I'm different. I love Betty Davis. Interesting little fact about her, she's actually kind of like a quiet person, kind of like a subdued person, nothing like this woman right here. And I think that's so cool to let this side of herself come out and shine and be so powerful. And also, I mean, without Betty Davis, we'd have no Beyonce, we'd have none of these women that are taking, bold chances and letting their bodies shine and letting their opinions and voices shine. Like, she really went through it for being herself. So had to throw that in the bag.
He was a big freak.
I used to say all kinds of dirty things.
Next, I had to get Led Zeppelin III. I love this album. This is probably my favorite Led Zeppelin album, really because of the genre mixing. One of my favorite songs is Brownie Yard Stomp.
Ooh, yeah. You will be with me in the trees till I'm underneath about you and me.
But I also really love Gallows Pole, because Gallows Pole has probably every rhythm you could possibly fit into a song. And it starts off so simple and you think you know what it is, kind of blues, then it ends up being kind of Celtic, then it ends up with all these insane rhythms. This whole album has so much different genre on it. It's just, once I heard it, it was just really inspiring to me and to what I do, so had to grab. Up next here, I got this man, Leon Thomas, Spirits Known and Unknown. I love this album. This is such a crazy jazz album. He's kind of got his own thing going on, which is inspiring to me. I think we should all let ourselves be free and always push the boundaries of our expression. I had to get this album right here. I love listening to it when I'm kind of stuck in my songwriting, I don't know what to do, and then I can listen to this and just be like, well, I'll just throw all my ideas I had out the window and do something completely different. So, thank you, Leon Thomas. Right here we got Journey and, man, I can't say that. Satchidananda. Do the best I can. This is Alice Coltrane, Journey and Satchidananda. This is featuring Pharoah Sanders. I'm a huge Pharoah Sanders fan. This is a vibe. This is something that I'm excited to throw on in the background, especially if I'm having like a lousy or chaotic day. I can throw this on and it kind of like takes your brain frequencies on this journey to where by the time you get to the end of this album, you kind of just been reset. And that kind of really inspired me to try to figure out a way to apply that into my own music. I had to grab the Fox and the Hound.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd. What's your name, kid? Mine's Copper. I'm a hound dog.
I remember being a child feeling so many different emotions watching this. I really wanted Todd to fit into the family, but at the same time, it's like, that's a dangerous place for him to be. I don't know, it's actually pretty deep, this film. It's kind of hard to get into it, but somehow this stayed with me all these years. So it had to go in the bag. As soon as I saw it, I could hear his little howl. We got Grey Gardens. I had to throw that in the bag. It's just a classic. The relationship between Big Edie and Lil Edie is so funny to me. I kind of relate to it. Like, you know, your grandma's just like telling you what to do. They're staying put and you're running all around the house.
You know, I see myself as a little girl and all that.
I see you as a very immature child.
You know, she sees me as a baby.
And they only had each other pretty much. There's a few characters that would come visit. But it's kind of like this world created in their home. They, inside their minds, were still rich and they were still elite. But like, meanwhile, they had all these cats and raccoons running around and they're like feeding them. It's chaotic. I love it. And I also love Lil Edie's outfits. I don't know, man, I laugh at it, I like it.
It's very difficult to keep the line between the past and the present. Do you know what I mean? It's awfully difficult.
Right here is Nina Simone's Wild as the Wind. I'm a huge Nina Simone fan, but this is one of my favorites because it's got this beautiful song in there called Lilac Wine. Anytime Nina covers someone else's music, I find myself being more interested in how she's emoting it and how she's presenting it. This is just one of those albums where I'm just like, wow, she's like incredibly tied to the music and also the subject matter in the music. And when she does it, it's like, okay, now I'm listening, now I feel it. I definitely recommend you guys listen to the whole album. Had to go on the bat. Nina's the queen.
I feel unsteady. Where's my love?
Right here, I got Floating Points. It's Pharoah Sanders and the London Symphony Orchestra. This is one of those ones, when it come out, I had to just kind of like be alone and find a space to really drink in this album. It's kind of shocking, it's kind of scary, it's kind of overwhelming, but then it smooths back out. And I don't know, it's kind of like taking a crazy roller coaster ride. And somehow at the end, I feel like I've been through something. It's one of those albums. Last but not least, this is the complete box set. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, Jane Seymour, Gay Root, perhaps. I remember watching this with my mother, and she would always talk about like, oh, Sully's so fine, Sully's so fine. And I was just like, I don't get it. I'm gonna sit down and watch all 42 DVDs on this tour. So I'm glad you guys had this.
We talked about this. It's what we want to do.
We won't allow it.
No.
Dr. Mike, you know it's the only chance any of us got of getting out of here alive.
Thank you, Brittany. Thanks for shopping with us.
For sure, super fun.
Yeehaw!